Hi everybody, welcome. This is Lillian Suarez. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm very excited to make this video because as we know, there will be a full moon this week. It is December 2019 and there will be a full moon. And I wanted everybody to have an opportunity to make this end of year bath on the full moon. It is very simple, and you can probably open up your cabinet and find the items that you will need for this full moon bath. This obviously is water in a glass bowl. I always suggest glass bowl, not plastic, not aluminum, iron, glass. There's warm water in here, so nice and warm already. And what we're going to use for this particular full moon bath to end the year is basil. We are going to use basil. Now, I wish I had fresh basil. We didn't have an opportunity to go out and get fresh basil, but if you have it in your yard, if you have it because you grew it, brilliant, fantastic. So what you want to do if you have it fresh is put the basil in there and think about your intention and just squeeze the basil leaves, squeeze the basil leaves, okay? And just kind of think about what you're intending so that the energy is going into the water because remember, water has memory. But you want to use your right hand. Why your right hand? Because with your right hand, you let out. So you're letting out energy, you're letting out your intention. So you want to think about with the fresh basil in here, if I had it, you want to think about your intention. Now, basil, why basil, right? I'm using basil because basil is a very good herb for bringing in whatever you're intending. So if you want to bring something in, basil will assist. Intention is so strong and intention is everything. And this is just going to assist. So since I do not have fresh basil, I'm going to put dried basil in here. And I'm still going to set my intention on what it is that I want to bring in. Now, basil is primarily really good for money. It is really good for just bringing in, but money, prosperity, and also just kind of cleansing, and resetting your energy. So bringing you back to your normal energetic state. And again, use my right hand. You want to go counterclockwise because counterclockwise is bringing in, okay? If you wanted to clear or let go of something, you want to go counterclockwise because you want to go clockwise, sorry, with your right hand, clockwise, thinking of your intention and what it is that you're wanting, all right? And so the hand in the water is the biggest key to this math, believe it or not, because there's so much energy that comes in and out of our hands. And so it's very important to, at least let's say for a couple minutes here, for me, I want to always include my children and, all my family in this. And I always really love to think of even my ancestors when I'm doing anything like this because, you really carry the memory of your ancestors and their situations. And let's say that you had ancestors that, were poor because they were humble people and they had the very minimum and that was okay then. But, as we know now in 2019 here, it is very expensive. A gallon of milk is expensive. Eggs is expensive. Everything is so very expensive. So we're going clockwise here. And you can kind of sort of see that the water's turning a bit green and kind of taking the color here, which is so awesome, of the basil. Now, imagine if it was fresh basil. Amazing. Clockwise, I'm thinking of my intention. And remember, guys, water has memory, okay? It was so awesome because I was watching the movie Frozen and that's all they talk about is luckily water has memory. I'm like, oh my god! And they were talking about the spirit of fire and the spirit of water. It was just so cool. But we go ahead and we do this for a couple of minutes and really, really intending what it is that we're wanting. Very simple. We don't need, I'm pretty sure most of us have basil in our cabinets. So pull out that basil, glass bowl, some nice fresh water, and make sure that it's warm. Okay. So after you've done that for a couple of minutes and you've really put your love and your intention into the water, now what you want to do is you want to get a piece of paper, okay, and you can just, make it a small piece of paper. It doesn't have to be a large piece of paper, and you're going to write what your intention is. All right. Let's say, for 2020, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 30 pounds. Whatever your intention is it money, is it family, is it health, whatever that it is for you, you're going to, with pencil, this is a mechanical pencil, but you can use any pencil, you're going to write what your intention is. I'm going to make the paper small. It doesn't have to be a really big piece of paper. If you want to, you can. For me, I'm going to, obviously, who doesn't want, good health, right? Prosperity, humbleness. You always want to be humble, no matter how good things get. Don't forget to be humble, kind, help people, right? So if you have good health, then you're able to have prosperity and do things to bring in prosperity. And if you bring in prosperity, then you want to stay humble and kind and not forget, about other people and lose yourself in the times where you are doing good and forget when there's times that you're not. So humbleness is really important, and peacefulness. Okay. Peacefulness is very, very important, being peaceful. Because when you're going through hard times, you want to be peaceful and just look at it for what it is, accept it, and heal it. And just let it do what it does. All right. Very good. So now we're going to take this piece of paper and we're going to put it in the water. Right. Now, obviously, if we said, and it is true that water, which is what the body is made up of mainly, carries memory, then we know that through our intention and these words, which have power, just like they say our name has power, right? Our name has power. The words on the paper are going to sit in this water for an hour after you've obviously thought about all these things that you're wanting for yourself, for other people. Or you could do this to help someone else if you would like, and then give them the bath. As you can see, I have the bowl on a white towel. It is always really nice to work with a white cloth underneath when you're doing things, obviously for life of purity, to not forget God and that He's always first in all that we do. This is something to assist, but first and foremost, obviously, you want to say, God, this is an earthly thing, and I'm thankful for you, and you come first, and I really want you um, to see my needs, and I'm listening to your inspired thoughts, and I'm ready to take guided action. All right. So now, after you've done this, you're gonna let this sit for an hour. All right. And then you're going, if you have a sacred space, place this in your sacred space. All right. Place this in your sacred space and ask, the angels, loved ones, guides to bless the bath, whatever it is. If you're somebody that's not spiritual, doesn't have a sacred space, doesn't matter if you believe in angels, if you want to ask, just purely God and your loved ones on the other side to bless the bath, you do that. Some people put a white cloth over it and let it sit for an hour, and then you take this and you strain it, all right, and then you pour it from your shoulders down, both sides, half to the left and then half to the right. All right, so then you pour it from your shoulders down, half to the left and half to the right. And it's amazing to do on their full moon because everything that is existing, your intention, your vibe, is intensified by the energy of the full moon. So the full moon doesn't bring on bad energy, it just complements what's there. So why not focus on what you're wanting, not what you're not wanting? But the last thing that you want to do, which I forgot, is add a cinnamon stick. All right, so you're going to add plain old cinnamon stick to the bath as it's sitting there for an hour. Now, why a cinnamon stick? Well, because if you're taking out with the basil's bitter, right? If you're taking out, then you're clearing, but what do you want to bring in? Sweetness. You want to bring everything that you intended in with sweetness. All right, so that's where the cinnamon stick kind of comes in. Now, before we started, I did light a cinnamon stick, as you can see here. So you can light a cinnamon stick, kind of open up the space, or my beautiful student and friend Susan sent me some rosemary and sage, and I lit a little bit of that to kind of clear the space. So again, this is my suggested uh, full moon bath to end the year of 2019, but you can do this any full moon of the month if you feel that you're wanting to bring in anything. And again, why is this effective? It's effective because the water has memory and the water takes on memory of what you're intending. You're using your right hand. Your right hand is letting out your intention and energy. Have so much energy in our hands, it's unbelievable. And then we're writing it on paper. And again, just like our names, powerful words are powerful, they carry energy. We're putting it in here, we're letting it sit, and we're letting the energy, the intention that we put on that paper to be picked up by the water to have that memory. And we're ending it with that cinnamon stick. So, yay, yay, yay. I'm excited. Do me a favor. If you try this, let me know. Let me know how it worked for you. So pay attention after you do this to, any changes that start to kind of trickle in. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to my YouTube live. Hello, hello. So, let me know how it works for you. I would love, love, love to have comments below. Share this. This is a very inexpensive bath. It will clear you of everything and anything just because of the element of just because the element of basil, it will clear you with everything and anything. So if you're looking to start 2020 with a fresh mind, fresh emotions, allow yourself to trust the process. And remember, intention is everything. Now stay tuned because I'll be right back with another bath. But this is the bath that I'm suggesting for the last full moon of 2019. But again, you can do this bath at any month, any time that there is a full moon. Again, you can do it at any time, but having the full moon present is awesome. Okay. So if also if you're somebody that is starting to want to unfold, well, whether that's as a psychic, a medium, healer, in any way, shamanism, this is really, really good for you to clear yourself and reset. All right. But remember, guys, where there's bitter herbs, you always want to bring sweet herbs. And when there's sweet herbs, you always want to, and when you're asking to bring in, you always want to, intend that it comes in gently with grace and goodness. So bye for now. I'm coming right back in 2 minutes with my new live and my new herbal remedy.